Look into my eyes. When you see me on a show, when you see these fans, you know you've got the best in the damn world.
This is the Wrestling Matters podcast where we stand up for professional wrestling.
Here we fucking go!
Lovely, lovely people of the wrestling world. That is me. It is me. It's that HEAD back with you for another review. That's right. I'm in a review mood this week. I've been feeling positive. I've got rid of all the negative crap that's trying to be holding me back and everything. And I've decided to look to a positive future in my life, guys. So, hey, I've decided to bring you this Backlash review. Now, I didn't have time to record it after the show. I did watch the show. I didn't have time to record it after the show, so I was going to do it this week anyway. So you're getting it now. Yeah. Was it the best show that I've seen? No, it wasn't. Was it shocking? A little bit. Other than that, it was just another brand show, quite frankly, if I'm being honest with you. I watched it. To be honest, all in all, let's tell it like it is. All in all, I actually thought this was going to stink. The way everything was going down and everything on Smackdown leading into this, I actually pretty much looked at Smackdown, looked at all the build-up and everything, all the storylines and all the build-up towards this pay-per-view, and I'm like, oh no, this is going to stink the joy now. But thankfully, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Thankfully. But it was definitely shocking as well. So I'll kick off with, I'll talk about the WWE title match in a bit. Dillinger beat Aiden English in the kickoff show, which was probably the most predictable thing of the whole night. And I didn't watch the pre-show. Yeah. I don't know why they put the pre-show on. I mean, pre-show or the kickoff show or whatever the fuck they call it, it's meant to be a show where they get you to buy the pay-per-view or get you to subscribe to the network to get the pay-per-view and see the network and everything, and I'll subscribe to the network also. I've always said if you're going to do this, put on a damn good match. Put a good match that people want to see. But, I'm saying this now, but this is probably not going to be as bad as what I'm probably thinking about is going to happen next pay-per-view in a couple of weeks, which is Extreme Rules. Because I picture a vision in my head that it's going to be R-Truth and Goldust on the Extreme Rules kickoff show, so I can't complain. But I didn't watch it, but Ty Dillinger got the victory. Shinsuke, Nakamura and Dolph Ziggler, great way to kick off the show, to be honest with you. It was a good match, great matching of styles between the two and everything, and it was just a good watch. There were times that Dolph Ziggler came close to pinning Nakamura and getting a huge win and there was a lot of good stuff, good spots in the match, great wrestling as well, and I think maybe Dolph learned a thing or two about strong style in this match as well, at least from what I've saw. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he learned it firsthand from the master of it. Why they call Nakamura the artist, formerly known as Nakamura, is questionable to me. I mean, he's not fucking Prince, for crying out loud. But as we expected, and as many other people expected as well, that, Mr. Nakamura won as well. And I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that as well. And like I said, there was a lot of people on there, and, Nakamura needs to win this and everything like that. Well, they got their wish. Nakamura won, and I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with the way the match went down. Could have been better? Yeah, maybe, but I'm happy with it. Smackdown Tag Team titles, the Usos and Breezango, was mainly a comedy show in turn of Breezango. Now, don't get me wrong, everything they've done is funny, but if you're going to do, or try and be funny, save it for the skits that you've been doing. Then, was it the Fashion Files? They have been funny. And like I said on Unleashed, thankfully, Tyler Breeze is getting some exposure, because this motherfucker deserves it. Vince holds him down. This guy was protected on NXT. Vince held him down, like Rick correctly said on the show as well. Rick Dowder, Talk Brunch, check it out. But he's finally getting what he deserves, quite frankly. And so was Johnny Curtis too. I mean, this guy did a dive, which I don't remember the last time I ever seen him do that. And Breezango started taking the match seriously halfway through. It was mainly a comedy fest because Tyler Breeze was portraying himself as a master of disguise. And he was coming out dressed as, I think he was dressed as Cinderella at one point, dressed as a janitor. And then he eventually took the match seriously, but backfired. The Usos still retain the tag team titles. And from what I've been told, and from what I've read, it looks like the Usos will be dropping the belts at some point to the New Day, because the New Day have been built as the next SmackDown tag team champions. I hope I'm wrong on that occasion. I really do. I hope I'm wrong, because I had enough seeing the New Day. Don't get me wrong, I like the New Day. Nothing wrong with the New Day, nothing bad about the New Day. But I had enough of seeing them tag team champions on Raw. Don't want to see them as SmackDown tag team champions. And what was the biggest shock of the night? Baron Corbin and Sami Zayn. Now, Baron Corbin dominated this match, as you would expect. One mistake cost him, and Sami Zayn gets the biggest win probably of his SmackDown tenure, if you will. This man couldn't win a match, and I'm talking about Sami Zayn, if you paid him to win a match. Like I've been saying on there, poor Sami Zayn, he's just getting his ass kicked and everything. But do I have a problem with the way this match ended? No, because Sami Zayn finally got a victory, and boy did he need it. But I don't think this Baron Corbin feud is going to go down lightly. And if WWE are portraying Baron Corbin or trying to build Baron Corbin to the point where he becomes a top heel in the company and held WWE champion along with it, because there is rumors and talks about that happened, and whether it will happen or not remains to be seen. If they're doing that, they've got a funny way of doing it, because if they are doing that, Corbin did not need to lose this match, rather. He did not need to lose it, in my opinion. The Welcoming Committee beat Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch. A standard 6-woman tag team match, in my opinion, which was quietly disappointed, to be honest, because Becky Lynch tapped out to Natalya's sharpshooter. Now, I don't have a problem with Natalya hitting the sharpshooter. I do have a problem with the Welcoming Committee. I don't get it. I don't get the group that's trying to take over SmackDown women's division, because people like Charlotte Flair comes over, yet they don't do nothing about Tamina. I call them fools, quite frankly, because I don't get it. It's just 3 girls, actually 2 girls, joined up with the newest member of the SmackDown, the woman who came over the same time as Charlotte. They joined forces and they look to take over the SmackDown women's division. Yet at some point they're probably going to turn on each other, and all 3 of them will probably end up going for the SmackDown women's title. Makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever. You know, I don't get the group. Yet they managed to get a victory over Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch, which was disappointing to see Becky Lynch tap out. I never expected that. This was her idea in the first place, or storyline wise, this was her idea, and then that's disappointing. I was disappointed with the match, disappointed with the ending, but it was just a standard 6-woman tag match. Nothing wowed me in this occasion, and like I said, the group, the Welcoming Committee, in my opinion, is a waste of time, to be honest. Because they're all going to turn on each other at some point. Because everybody is going to want to be SmackDown Women's Champion. Even Natalya wants to be the champion. Tamina could be a champion as well. I have my doubts about Carmella, though. You know, but hey, you never know. Stranger things have happened. I just wish Ellsworth would just go away. I've lost my juice with that guy right now, and I really don't like him. And the fact that he's hanging around Carmella, I don't get it. I've never got it, and I never will. I just think, I just dream the day when Big Cass comes over to SmackDown and sees this happening, and he does what he does, and he does what he did, rather, to Titus O'Neil and Raw. Just kick him in the face. That would be mine. Where that's going, that relationship, is I don't know, and to be honest, I don't care. In the match that stole the show, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, this was awesome. Back and forth stuff, close near falls, in my opinion, was somewhat ruined by a count-out victory for Kevin Owens. It didn't need that. But it may not have needed it, but I understand it. And the reason why I understand it is because I believe that there's another match in the pipelines. I have no clue what the next pay-per-view is for SmackDown. Guessing is Money in the Bank. These two are going to meet to get it Money in the Bank. There's another match down the road. You know it's coming. They're not going to let Styles have that. I'm sick of seeing Styles lose, quite frankly, but it's Kevin Owens. At the end of the day, it's not like fucking Jinder Mahal or any of that shit. It's Kevin Owens, the US champion, so can't fault that. Very creative way of winning the match for Kevin, though, because both men were on the outside and he threw Styles on the announce table, which I believe was the Spanish announce table, or the German announce table, or the French announce table, or whatever the fuck announce tables they have down there. Gordon Bennett. But it got to the point where in the wires, usually when you see somebody or you see 2 wrestlers fighting on the tables, they usually remove all the equipment that's on there. Styles got his leg trapped inside the hole where the monitor usually is held. He got his leg trapped in there, and when he tried to get his leg out, he got his leg trapped and tied up in the wires. his foot. Unbelievable. And Kevin gets a count-out victory. And I think Styles may have walked out with an injury. Hope it's not too serious. But yeah, there's a match in the pipelines. There's a match for Money in the Bank. No question about that. No question about that. In a rematch from Smackdown show, which was made on Talking Smack, because the punishment that Erick Rowan gave Luke Harper on the Smackdown match they had in the UK was not enough. And he wanted to punish Luke Harper a little bit more for leaving the Wyatt family back when, you know, the Orton situation and everything. And Rowan wanted to deliver more punishment, so Shane made the match for this pay-per-view, which was Luke Harper and Erick Rowan. And Erick Rowan managed to get the victory in a botched finish. It was the discus clothesline, but he didn't hit the clothesline. You figure that out, okay? It was just like their match, basically. It was hard-hitting, smash-mouth match. I'll give them credit. It was. Was it better than their Smackdown match in the UK? I don't know. It's debatable. I'll leave you to debate on that one. But Luke Harper got even. You would probably think there's another match in the pipelines, wouldn't you? To be honest. But nothing really big went down in the match. It was a hard-hitting, two big men really going at it, and Luke gets even with Erick Rowan. Now for the main event, which shocked the world, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it was a good match. Orton kicked it off by just beating the hell out of Jinder Mahal to start with before the bell even rang. And then the bell even rang, and it was an even match. Good. I don't know if it was even. I don't know if I'll say if it was even. But it was a good match nonetheless. Good stuff, you know. Okay main event. It wasn't the best main event I've seen, or the greatest main event. Yes, the Sin Brothers had to get involved. Orton, unfortunately, spent more time beating the hell out of them two. One of my favourite moments of the match is he got one of the Sin Brothers. I don't know which one it was. And he was, you know, they basically, I think he hit the RKO. He hit something on Jinder Mahal, and he had him beat. And then the Sin Brothers slided into the ring and pulled Mahal out of the ring, which is what they would do. It might suck, but it was what they were there to do. And they came. Orton, being the Viper, got pissed and chased and jumped on them two, basically, and beat the hell out of them. Threw one in the guardrail and threw one over the announce table. Picked another one up and just basically side suplexed him onto the announce table backwards, like a side suplex, belly to back side suplex, onto the announce table. He threw him so hard he nearly did a flip and landed on his neck, nearly killing him. It was just great to watch. I mean, it was like, you don't piss Randy Orton off. But the shocking moment of the night, ladies and gentlemen, they pulled the trigger. And Jinder Mahal pinned Randy Orton and walked out the new WWE champion. And I wrote on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen, I wrote it on Twitter because there was a lot of people that were angry with this. A lot of people did not want this to happen. And I even wrote on Twitter, let the backlash begin. No pun intended. Let the backlash begin. All the people out there not willing to give this a chance, thinking this is a bad idea and everything, let it begin. My overall thought of this is, I'm willing to give it a chance. Is this a mistake? Maybe. Has it jeopardized the WWE Championship? I highly doubt that. I think it's done poorly. I agree with what was said. It is done poorly in terms of creative. They brought this guy back, and last month they had him win a Fatal 5-Way 6-pack challenge, whatever the heck it was. I don't remember it, and I don't really care. To win the WWE Championship #1 contendership, and then they pull this. So it was done poorly in that way, but should they slowly build Jinder Mahal up? Yeah, because other than what's happened, Jinder Mahal has only been a low mid-card wrestler until now. Overall, I'm willing to give it a chance. It's no conclusion or no foregone conclusion the reason why, or the main reason why they've done it, WWE, they pulled the trigger and give Mahal the belt to get over in India. Foregone conclusion. You could sit there and hate, you could sit there and disgrace this and think this sucks and everything and everything else in between, but you know it's true. You know it's true. You know it's a full-blown fact that the only reason this has happened is because they want Jinder Mahal to be champion so they can get over in India, because that's where they're looking to branch and expand, if you will. Get over in India, because apparently some of their followers on Twitter are Indian, and you know, why not take advantage of this? So Indian heritage with Mahal, let's use it. It's a simple fact of life. But obviously, from what I've been hearing and from what I just saw before recording this, it seems that Vince McMahon and WWE were up to their old tricks again in terms of booking, of how this was going to end. Because the original plan, or one of the plans, was Randy Orton to have a long title run into SummerSlam and maybe lose it there. They wanted Jinder Mahal to go over. They also wanted Randy to win and maybe drop the title to Rusev. Apparently, bit of a spoiler here, but it seems that they're building Rusev to win the Money in the Bank match. That's the major plan I get from all of this. But 2 hours before the pay-per-view, and Sportskeeda, I believe that's called, if I said that wrong, I apologize, published this 1 hour before this actually happened, Mahal, and they all decided that Mahal was going to be champion. I'm interested to see what's going to happen on SmackDown. More than likely, there's going to be a rematch. It's going to be Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton fighting now for the WWE Championship. How long it's going to be, I don't know. How Rusev's going to get involved, I don't know. He's going to be probably Money in the Bank, Money in the Bank match. I can see this happening, quite frankly. Rusev wins Money in the Bank. Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton feud to SummerSlam. Orton wins the belt back at SummerSlam. Rusev takes it off. Orton cashes in Money in the Bank that night. I'm seeing that happening right now. Will it happen? Remains to be seen. A lot of things can change from now until SummerSlam. But I'm seeing that vision right now, guys. I'm seeing that vision. Orton and Mahal fight all the way to SummerSlam. They have a match at SummerSlam. Orton wins the belt back. Rusev cashes in. And Rusev goes on to be WWE Champion. That's what I'm envisioning in this situation. Anyway, guys, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Overall, 3 out of 5, I would say, for this pay-per-view. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, it was just average, to be honest with you. Average. And yes, AJ Styles and Kevin Owens did steal the show. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Check out my NXT review as well. Both the NXT review and this audio will be up on the Wrestling Matters podcast episode 165 as well. So if you haven't, if you want to hear this again, you'll hear this again on the podcast as well. Episode 165 on the Wrestling Matters podcast. That's for people who are not aware of what's going down or were not aware of these audios. They can come and check it out for themselves, or they can listen on the podcast as well. But with that being said, guys, enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy the wrestling. I'll see you for episode 165. See you next time. Peace out.